7 dangerous myths about dementia too many people over 50 still believe. Marcus Wells, healthy after 50. If you're over 50, you've likely thought about dementia at least once. Maybe you've watched a parent, spouse, or friend slowly lose their memory, forgetting birthdays, getting confused in conversations, or even struggling to recognize loved ones. Or maybe, more quietly, you've noticed something in yourself. You forget names more often. You walk into a room and can't remember why. You start asking yourself, is this normal? Or is something wrong? Let me be very clear, memory loss is not an inevitable part of aging. Cognitive decline is not something that just happens because you hit a certain birthday. But here's the bigger problem. What's even more dangerous than dementia itself are the myths and misconceptions that surround it. These false beliefs are not harmless. In fact, they're often the reason people delay getting help, ignore warning signs, and miss their chance to protect the brain while it still matters most. As a physician with over 25 years of experience, I've treated hundreds of patients struggling with memory loss, and just as many who ignored the early signs until it was too late. Not because they didn't care, but because they believed the wrong thing. They trusted myths, assumptions, or advice from the wrong sources. That's why I created this guide, to help Americans over 50 separate fact from fiction. Because the sooner you understand what dementia really is, and isn't, the more power you have to protect your brain, your independence, and your future. In this article, we'll break down the 7 most common, and most dangerous, myths about dementia that people over 50 still believe. And more importantly, we'll talk about what the science actually says, and what you can start doing today to reduce your risk. If you're serious about staying sharp, informed, and independent well into your 60s, 70s, and beyond, keep reading. Myth 1, forgetfulness is just normal aging. Many Americans over 50 brush off memory lapses as a natural part of getting older. And to be fair, some occasional forgetfulness is normal. We all misplace our keys now and then or blank on a name during a conversation. But here's where the myth becomes dangerous, when forgetfulness starts to show up frequently, and we still write it off as just aging. If you find yourself repeatedly asking the same question, losing track of conversations, getting lost on familiar routes, or forgetting appointments you just made, that's not typical age-related memory loss. These could be early warning signs of cognitive decline, and they deserve attention. One of the most common mistakes I see as a physician is delay. People wait months, even years, before seeking help, thinking their symptoms are harmless or normal for their age. But the brain doesn't wait. Cognitive decline is progressive. The longer early signs are ignored, the more the brain changes, and the fewer tools we have to intervene effectively. The real tragedy: many of these changes are manageable, especially in the early stages. With the right approach, proper nutrition, exercise, sleep, and cognitive engagement, it's possible to slow progression and maintain independence. But only if the problem is recognized early. So the next time you notice that something feels off, whether in yourself or someone you love, don't dismiss it. What seems like just getting older might actually be your brain's quiet call for help. Bottom line, normal aging may slow your recall a little, but it shouldn't disrupt your daily life, your conversations, or your sense of direction. If it does, it's time to act, not wait. Why this myth could be dangerous for Americans over 50. Many Americans over 50 believe that if dementia or Alzheimer's disease hasn't affected their parents or close relatives, they're essentially safe from developing cognitive decline themselves. This is a common misconception that creates a false sense of security, and it can delay crucial prevention steps. The truth is, over 75% of dementia cases are not directly linked to genetics or family history. While genes can play a role, they are only a piece of the puzzle. The majority of dementia risk comes from lifestyle and environmental factors, areas where you actually have control. For adults 50 and older, it's essential to understand that managing your health habits can significantly influence your brain health and reduce your risk of dementia. Some of the key lifestyle factors that increase your risk: high blood pressure. Poorly managed hypertension can damage blood vessels in the brain and contribute to vascular dementia. Diabetes and blood sugar control. Elevated blood sugar levels increase inflammation and oxidative stress, which can accelerate cognitive decline. Long-term stress affects hormone levels and brain structures critical for memory and learning. Poor sleep. Insufficient or disrupted sleep impairs the brain's ability to clear toxins that accumulate during the day. Lack of regular exercise reduces blood flow to the brain and weakens cardiovascular health. Loneliness and lack of social engagement have been linked to faster cognitive decline. This means that even if you have no family history of dementia, these modifiable risk factors can put you on a path toward cognitive problems later in life. By recognizing this myth and focusing on healthy lifestyle choices now, you can take meaningful steps to protect your brain health and maintain independence for years to come. If you're over 50, don't wait for symptoms or a family history to take action. Controlling your blood pressure, managing diabetes, staying physically active, reducing stress, improving sleep, and maintaining social connections are powerful strategies backed by science to lower your dementia risk. At Healthy After 50, we provide practical, research-based advice tailored specifically for Americans in midlife and beyond, helping you stay sharp, strong, and independent. Remember, your brain health is largely in your hands. Myth 3. Dementia only affects very old people. The truth for Americans over 50. Many Americans over 50 believe that dementia is a condition that only develops in your late 70s or 80s. This common misconception can lead to delayed diagnosis and missed opportunities for early intervention. The reality is, dementia, including Alzheimer's disease and other forms of cognitive decline, can begin much earlier than most people realize. In my 25 years as a practicing physician, I've seen numerous patients in their late 50s and early 60s already showing clear signs of cognitive decline. These early symptoms are often mistaken for normal aging or dismissed entirely because many believe they are too young to be affected. Unfortunately, this misunderstanding causes many to lose valuable time that could have been used to slow progression and improve quality of life. Early cognitive changes might include memory lapses, difficulty concentrating, or trouble performing familiar tasks. Ignoring these warning signs because of age-related myths prevents timely medical evaluation, proper diagnosis, and the implementation of lifestyle changes and treatments that can help preserve brain function. If you're over 50, it's crucial to recognize that dementia is not just an issue for the very elderly. Awareness and proactive health choices are your best defense. This video breaks down why this myth persists, how to spot early signs of dementia in your 50s and 60s, and what steps you can take to protect your brain health starting today. Watch to learn how to spot early dementia symptoms and protect your brain health before it's too late. But this misconception is one of the most harmful myths surrounding brain health. While it's true that there is currently no cure for dementia, the good news is that there are proven strategies to slow down the progression and preserve cognitive function, especially when the condition is caught early. Research shows that adopting a proactive approach to brain health can make a measurable difference. This means integrating lifestyle habits that support and protect the brain throughout the aging process. Regular physical activity. Exercise is one of the most effective tools for brain health. Activities like walking, swimming, or even light aerobic workouts increase blood flow to the brain, reduce inflammation, and promote the growth of new brain cells. For adults over 50, maintaining a consistent routine of moderate exercise has been linked to slower cognitive decline and improved memory. Anti-inflammatory diets, including the MIND diet. Nutrition plays a critical role in protecting brain cells. The MIND diet, a combination of the Mediterranean and DASH diets, emphasizes leafy greens, berries, nuts, whole grains, and healthy fats like olive oil. This diet has been shown in multiple studies to reduce the risk of Alzheimer's and slow progression in those with early symptoms. Avoiding processed foods, excessive sugars, and unhealthy fats is equally important. Sleep optimization. Sleep is when the brain clears out toxins and repairs itself. Poor or insufficient sleep has been linked to increased amyloid plaque buildup, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. Adults over 50 should aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep nightly, practicing good sleep hygiene and addressing issues like sleep apnea or insomnia promptly. Blood pressure and blood sugar control. Hypertension and diabetes significantly increase the risk of cognitive decline. Keeping blood pressure and blood sugar levels within healthy ranges through medication, diet, and lifestyle changes reduces vascular damage to the brain and supports long-term mental clarity. Mental and social engagement. Staying mentally active by learning new skills, reading, or doing puzzles keeps neural pathways strong. Equally important is social interaction, which combats isolation and depression, both risk factors for dementia. Joining community groups, volunteering, or maintaining close relationships supports emotional and cognitive health. Why early action matters. The earlier these steps are implemented, the greater the potential to slow disease progression. Many people delay seeking help due to the myth that nothing can be done, but early diagnosis opens the door to effective interventions and better quality of life. If you or a loved one is noticing memory problems or cognitive changes, talk to your healthcare provider. Don't accept the idea that dementia is inevitable or untreatable. Instead, take charge of your brain health with evidence-based strategies that empower you to live well beyond 50. For more trusted, science-backed advice on protecting your brain and aging healthfully, subscribe to Healthy After 50. We're here to help you stay sharp, active, and independent, because your brain deserves the best care possible. Myth 5. Dementia and Alzheimer's are the same thing, what every American over 50 needs to know. When most people hear the word dementia, they immediately think of Alzheimer's disease. While Alzheimer's is indeed the most common form of dementia, this assumption oversimplifies a complex group of brain disorders, and can lead to misunderstandings that affect diagnosis, treatment, and ultimately, patient outcomes. Dementia is an umbrella term that refers to a decline in cognitive function severe enough to interfere with daily life. But dementia isn't just one condition, it's a category that includes several different diseases, each with its own unique causes, symptoms, progression patterns, and treatment options. Here are some of the main types of dementia you should be aware of. Alzheimer's disease, the most well-known and prevalent form of dementia. Alzheimer's is characterized by memory loss, confusion, and difficulty thinking clearly. It typically develops slowly and worsens over time. Vascular dementia, this type results from problems with blood flow to the brain, often caused by strokes or small vessel disease. Symptoms may include impaired judgment, difficulty planning, and slowed thinking rather than early memory loss. Lewy body dementia, caused by abnormal protein deposits called Lewy bodies in brain cells. This form can cause fluctuating cognitive symptoms, visual hallucinations, sleep disturbances, and motor problems similar to Parkinson's disease. Frontotemporal dementia, this less common form affects the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain, leading to changes in personality, behavior, and language skills rather than memory loss in the early stages. Why does this distinction matter to Americans over 50? Because each type of dementia requires a different approach to care and treatment. For example, medications that may help with Alzheimer's might not be effective, or could even be harmful. In Lewy body dementia, vascular dementia demands aggressive management of cardiovascular risk factors like high blood pressure and diabetes to slow progression. Misunderstanding this can delay getting the right diagnosis and appropriate care, which can make symptoms worse and reduce quality of life. If you or a loved one is experiencing cognitive changes, it's critical to see a healthcare provider who specializes in memory disorders. Proper testing, including neuroimaging, cognitive assessments, and sometimes specialized labs, can help identify the specific type of dementia. Understanding these differences empowers you to take charge of your brain health. Early and accurate diagnosis means tailored treatment plans, better management strategies, and a stronger chance of maintaining independence for as long as possible. Remember, dementia is not a one-size-fits-all condition. Knowledge is your best defense. Myth 6. Doing crossword puzzles will prevent dementia. Why brain games alone aren't enough after 50. Many people over 50 believe that simply doing crossword puzzles, Sudoku, or other brain games will keep their minds sharp and prevent dementia. While these mental exercises are helpful for engaging your brain, they are far from a complete solution. Relying solely on puzzles or other cognitive games is a common myth that can create a false sense of security about brain health. Why brain games are not a magic bullet. Crossword puzzles and similar activities stimulate certain areas of your brain related to problem solving and memory. They can improve specific skills like vocabulary, attention to detail, and working memory in the short term. However, dementia and age-related cognitive decline are complex conditions influenced by a wide range of factors, not just how often you challenge your brain with puzzles. The bigger picture: comprehensive brain health after 50. Protecting your brain and reducing dementia risk requires a comprehensive approach. This means combining multiple lifestyle habits that work together to support brain function and overall health. Aerobic activities like walking, swimming, or cycling improve blood flow to the brain. Better circulation delivers oxygen and nutrients that help maintain brain cells and promote the growth of new neurons. Studies consistently show that regular physical activity reduces the risk of cognitive decline and dementia. A brain-healthy diet, such as the MIND diet or Mediterranean diet, focuses on whole foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, vitamins, and minerals. Leafy greens, berries, nuts, fish, and olive oil are known to reduce inflammation and oxidative stress in the brain, both key contributors to dementia. Restorative sleep. Quality sleep is essential for brain health because it allows the brain to clear toxic proteins linked to Alzheimer's disease and other dementias. Poor or insufficient sleep can accelerate cognitive decline and worsen memory problems. Mental and social engagement. While brain games are one form of mental stimulation, engaging socially, learning new skills, and maintaining strong personal connections are equally important. Social interaction helps reduce stress and depression, both of which negatively impact cognitive health. Why mental exercises alone are not enough. Mental exercises like crossword puzzles do not address critical factors such as inflammation, poor circulation, high blood pressure, or insulin resistance. These underlying health issues can cause damage to brain cells and contribute to dementia progression. Without addressing these physical and lifestyle factors, puzzles alone cannot prevent or slow down cognitive decline. Final takeaway. If you're over 50, don't rely only on crossword puzzles to protect your brain. A truly effective brain health plan combines physical activity, proper nutrition, quality sleep, and active social life, alongside mental challenges. This comprehensive approach gives you the best chance to maintain sharpness, memory, and independence as you age. Myth 7 about you can always tell when someone has dementia is one of the most misunderstood beliefs among Americans over 50. Many people assume dementia symptoms are obvious and dramatic from the start. In reality, early-stage dementia is often subtle and difficult to detect, especially by the person experiencing it. Marcus Wells explains why many individuals in the early stages of dementia appear perfectly normal, particularly in familiar settings like their own home. They can continue to manage daily routines, hold conversations, and even mask some of their cognitive difficulties. However, beneath the surface, small but significant changes in memory, decision-making, judgment, and personality begin to develop. These subtle shifts often go unnoticed by the individual but are typically first observed by close family members or friends. Understanding these early signs is crucial for timely diagnosis and intervention. Early detection of dementia can help you or your loved ones access treatments, lifestyle changes, and support services that may slow disease progression and improve quality of life. If you or someone you care about is showing unexplained forgetfulness, confusion, difficulty making decisions, or personality changes, don't ignore it. Learning to recognize the hidden signs of dementia can empower you to take action sooner. This video is designed to raise awareness among Americans aged 50 and older, providing clear guidance on spotting early dementia symptoms and dispelling common myths. Stay informed, stay proactive, and protect your brain health. Marcus Wells. Marcus Wells. If you're over 50, now is the critical time to take your brain health seriously. Don't wait until symptoms become obvious or interfere with your daily life. Early action is your best defense against cognitive decline. Avoid relying on assumptions or outdated beliefs that can delay diagnosis and treatment. The encouraging news is that there are practical, science-backed steps you can start today to protect and improve your cognitive health. Move your body every day. Regular physical activity increases blood flow to the brain, reduces inflammation, and supports overall brain function. Eat for your brain. Focus on a nutrient-rich diet full of leafy greens, berries, healthy fats like those found in nuts and olive oil, and whole foods shown to support cognitive health. Prioritize quality sleep. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of restful sleep each night, as sleep is essential for memory consolidation and clearing toxins from the brain. Stay socially connected. Strong social ties and meaningful interactions stimulate your brain and lower the risk of dementia. Stay informed. Keep up to date with the latest research and recommendations from trusted health experts and sources. Dementia is not an inevitable part of aging, but ignoring early warning signs, believing common myths, and failing to take proactive steps can increase your risk significantly. If you want clear, trustworthy, science-based strategies to help you stay sharp, strong, and independent after 50, stay with us at Healthy After 50. This is your resource where facts meet action, where your health and quality of life always come first. Take control of your brain health today. Your brain is your most valuable asset, especially as you age. Don't let myths or misinformation hold you back from living a full, vibrant life. By understanding the truth about dementia and taking simple, effective steps every day, you can protect your memory, your independence, and your future. If you're ready to take charge of your cognitive health, join the Healthy After 50 community. Subscribe now and get access to expert advice, practical tips, and the latest research tailored specifically for people over 50. Together, we'll navigate the challenges of aging with confidence, clarity, and strength. Your brain deserves your attention. Start today.